So last week, I was at a job interview, and they asked me, how would your friends describe you? And I froze, like completely blanked. I said something like, nice, friendly, and the interviewer literally just nodded and moved on. It was brutal. That night, I realized something. We spend so much time scrolling, judging people's personalities online, but when it comes to actually describing ourselves or the people around us, we have like 5 words, max. So today, we're changing that. Whether you're trying to ace an interview, write a killer college essay, or just have better conversations, knowing how to talk about personality is a skill. And it's not just about memorizing words, it's about understanding people, including yourself. By the end of this video, you'll know 15 powerful adjectives to describe personality, how to use them naturally, and honestly, you might learn something about yourself too. Let's get into it. Before we dive into the words, real talk for a second. Most of us walk around with this super limited vocabulary when it comes to personality. Someone's either nice or mean, smart or dumb, funny or boring. But people are way more complex than that. You're more complex than that. And here's the thing, when you can describe people accurately, you understand them better, you connect better. You avoid drama because you can actually name what's bothering you instead of just saying, they're annoying. Plus, colleges, jobs, even relationships, they all want to know, who are you really? And I'm a hard worker isn't going to cut it anymore. So yeah, this isn't just vocabulary. This is a life skill. All right, so first things first, how do you even ask about someone's personality? There are 3 main ways. Option 1, what is name like? Simple, direct. What is Sarah like? What is your roommate like? Option 2, how would you describe name? A bit more formal, but really common in interviews or essays. How would you describe yourself? How would you describe your best friend? Option 3, how do you see name? This one's more personal. It's asking for your perception. How do you see yourself? How do you see your teacher? And when you answer, you use this structure. Person is adjective. Or I am adjective. Easy, right? Now let's get to the actual words. Let me introduce you to Linda. Linda is ambitious, self-confident, and generous. Ambitious. This means you want to be successful. You want to reach the top. You've got big goals, and you're willing to work for them. Example. My sister is super ambitious. She's already planning her startup while still in college. Self-confident. You have no doubts about your skills, talents, or abilities. You trust yourself. But heads up, there's a fine line here. Too much confidence without backing it up? That's when people start calling you arrogant. This means you think you're better than other people. Nobody likes an arrogant person. Don't be that person. Generous. You're willing to help others. You like giving more than taking. It's not just about money. It's about time, energy, kindness. Example, my friend is so generous. She stayed up until 2 a.m. helping me study, even though she had her own exam the next day. Now let's talk about Lucy. Lucy describes herself as hardworking, honest, and tolerant. But other people, they might say she's a bit dull and lacks a sense of humor. Hardworking. You work really hard. You put in the effort. You don't give up easily. Example, I'm not the smartest person in my class, but I'm definitely the most hardworking. Honest. You never tell a lie. You always tell the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. Here's the thing, though. Being too honest without tact can hurt people, so balance it. Tolerant. You accept other people's ideas, even when they're totally different from yours. You don't judge. You listen. This is huge right now. We live in a world where everyone's fighting online. Tolerance is underrated.
Dull. Okay, not gonna lie, this one stings. It means boring, not funny, the person who kills the vibe. But here's the truth. Sometimes people call you dull when really, you're just different. You're not loud or flashy. And that's okay. Not everyone needs to be the life of the party.
Now let's get real. Some personality traits sound like compliments, but can actually be red flags. And some sound like insults, but are just honest. Impatient. You hate waiting. You get angry if things take too long. You want results now. Real talk? I'm impatient. I hate waiting for anything. Food, replies, downloads, whatever. But I've learned that impatience makes you stressed, and stress ruins everything. If you're impatient, try this. When you feel that frustration rising, take 3 deep breaths and ask yourself, will this matter in a week? Usually, it won't.
Aggressive. You're always angry, mad, and you want to argue. You come across as intimidating or hostile. Now, some people confuse assertive with aggressive. Being assertive means standing up for yourself. Being aggressive means bulldozing over everyone else. Know the difference.
Sensitive. Okay, this one's interesting. Some people use sensitive as an insult. You're too sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? But sensitivity is actually a strength. It means you're in touch with your emotions. You notice things others miss. You care deeply. The challenge? Don't let sensitivity turn into overthinking, because that's when it becomes exhausting. Here's where this gets deep. The hardest person to describe accurately? Yourself. We all have this version of ourselves in our heads. Maybe you think you're funny, but your friends think you're sarcastic. Maybe you think you're confident, but others see you as arrogant. Maybe you think you're honest, but people feel like you're just harsh. And that gap between how you see yourself and how others see you, that's where growth happens. So here's a challenge. Ask 3 people you trust how they'd describe you. Don't defend yourself. Don't explain. Just listen. You might be surprised. You might be hurt, but you'll definitely learn something. And on the flip side, describe yourself first. Write down 5 adjectives. Then compare it to what others said. The overlap? That's your real personality. The differences? That's your blind spots.
All right, so now you've got these 15 words. How do you actually use them? In conversation? My manager is really tolerant. She never judges anyone for their opinions. In essays, I consider myself hardworking and ambitious, always striving to improve my skills. In self-reflection, I realize I can be impatient sometimes, but I'm working on being more tolerant of delays.
And here's a pro tip. Don't just list adjectives. Back them up with examples. Don't say, I'm generous. Say, I'm generous, I volunteer at the food bank every weekend and help my classmates with homework whenever they ask. See the difference? One is a claim, the other is proof.
Look, at the end of the day, personality isn't just about words. It's about growth. It's about being honest with yourself, flaws and all. It's about recognizing that you can be ambitious and impatient, confident and still learning, generous and sometimes selfish. We're all contradictions. We're all works in progress. But the more you understand your own personality and the personalities of people around you, the better your relationships become. The clearer your goals get, the easier life feels. Because when you know who you are, you stop pretending. You stop comparing. You just exist confidently. And that's powerful.
So here's your challenge for tonight. Step 1, write down 5 adjectives that describe you.
Step 2, ask someone you trust how they'd describe you. Step 3, compare, reflect, adjust, and then use these words in your next interview, your next essay, your next conversation. Watch how much more confident and clear you sound. If this video helped you, drop a like, subscribe if you want more real talk like this, and comment below. Tell me one adjective that describes you and why. I'll reply to as many as I can. Let's level up together. See you in the next one.